Howdy everyone, this is Nutz, and you're watching episode 23 of Kleines Land. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, I tell you what, I feel pretty darn good. You know why? Because it's farm sim time. You betcha, it is farm sim time on Kleines Land, and I am loving it. Oof. I tell you what, I'll say this from time to time in my streams that I do. And I truly mean it. It doesn't matter whether you're playing on PC or console or whatever it is. As long as you're playing Farm Sim, that's a darn good day. Oh man, so I tell you what, we got this field all prepped and ready. Field 5 over here, or 2, this is field 2. Because it needed to be cultivated. Now, I thought about it, and I was starting to think to myself, I really don't need to be doing this because we have a direct drill. But, I really kind of enjoy doing the cultivating side of things, so it is what it is. I do apologize if that bothers some people. But our other field 5, the one where we had all the sugar beets on, that one did say it needed to be plowed, and I'm just trying to be as proactive as I possibly can because we're going to get ready to plant our cotton. Now, I'm super excited about that. I don't know if you're super excited about it. But one thing that I was talking about on the last episode was, what do we want to do about this field 10 over here? Now, this I'm not too sure on what we actually want to do. I've actually done a contract on this thing, 2 contracts. I think I seeded this, and I also went and fertilized it. So I've already done a couple things to it. But I think I'm going to purchase this. I think we're going to take out a loan. Yes, I know, we just paid our loan off, but we know we're going to make a ton of money off the cotton. So I figure, you know what, let's go ahead. Let's do it. We're going to purchase this field right now. Let's get this all set up, ready to go. 71,000 for that field. All right, so back up. Where are we? Come on. There. It's always an interesting thing when I'm trying to figure out what buttons I need to actually press. So I got just a little bit over the top. That's fine. And we'll come on here and purchase field 10. Oof, booyah. And like I said, I'm not too concerned because we've done a lot of work on this field already. And it is what it is, Let's come on here, though, for 1 second. Let's check and see. Oh, I'm not going to be able to see what it is. Let's come on over to our tractor, and we will figure out what we got to do. We'll go ahead and test the field out, get the pH level, figure out what we got to do. I'm assuming we're going to have to lime. I don't think we're going to have to fertilize because I went and, like I said, I both planted and fertilized that field. So we're probably doing pretty good that aspect of it. So let's head on over this way. We'll get our soil sampler and we'll go from there. But this will give me an opportunity. This will give me an opportunity to kind of talk about some of the things that we were looking at. Oh my goodness, I apologize for that, guys. So some of the things that we were talking about before is we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do for some of the storage that we have going on for us. I was talking about potentially over on the other side. That's an option. I did kind of make some room here and decided, you know what, we are going to put some of the specialty stuff like the sugar beet right in there. I think I'm also going to go ahead, if that cotton harvester fits, maybe I'll shove the cotton harvester in there. I don't know. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that and figure out if that's what we really want to do or whatnot. But for the time being, let's go ahead and bring the map up. We'll get some soil sampling on this, and then what we'll end up doing is we will end up probably plowing this field under, just because I know it's not going to be very good. Let's take a look. Get off of that. No, it actually doesn't need to be plowed. Huh. I must have plowed it recently in one of the contracts, so that's pretty good. So I guess with that being said, all we have to do for this field, when we want to go ahead and plant our cotton, is to go ahead and collect that right there. We'll just have to go ahead and use our direct drill seeder, and we'll just plow all the stuff under. But I think I'll probably end up cultivating this field anyways, because I'm always a little leery when it comes to how fertilization actually works on this. When it comes to... Oh, shoot. Alright, well, I'm just going to drive sideways now. I'm always a little leery on what is going to happen with fertilization levels when you don't go ahead and cultivate it under. Now, that's just me. I could be partially paranoid. I'm not sure if that's really what ends up happening. I don't know. I'm not overly concerned about it, but just worried enough where... Well, worried's not even really the right thing. It's paranoid. Sheer paranoia. Alright. Perfect. So let's go ahead and send those samples on off to the laboratory. And here we go. Well, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to park this here for a second. Hop in our other tractor and do a little touch-up, because I've seen there's a couple spots on this field that need to be done. So there is another thing I do want to share with you guys here in a little while. It'll probably be a little treat for later on in this episode, but I do have something I want to share with you guys. But even speaking of that, something I do want to say is, I really appreciate all the support I've been getting from everyone who's been watching this, and wilderness series that we have going on as well, as long as any of the map tours I've been doing. I'm actually kind of shocked, shocked that I am getting that kind of support, and I want to say thanks to everybody. We've had a handful of people join recently. It's been awfully neat of you guys. I'll probably address some of that a little later on, but it's kind of nice to see some new faces in there, dropping some comments down below. It's pretty darn cool. Again, I've said this before in the past, and I don't know how I can stress this to make it seem genuine, to make you guys really realize. It is very humbling to think that people want to see what I have to offer, come watch my videos every week, episode to episode, follow along with me. It is really humbling. I know it sounds weird, sounds corny. We're not planting corn though, so that's how you know it's true. Oh man. Alright, let's get this last little bit right here. Perfect. Now, when it comes to that field 10 that we just bought, and doing cotton, like I had mentioned, I think that field is going to be dedicated to doing cotton, and that'll be the only thing we do in here, and that's it. Actually, let's come over here and take a look at something for just 1 second, because I've had an idea, but I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. Okay. So I'm actually going to hop out of here, walk up to right about here. I think this little bend in the road is about... Yeah, that's about where it is. What I'm looking at is, I'm thinking about if I'm going to be doing cotton harvesting over here, maybe going ahead and either extending this field out a little bit, or even putting a shed up right here to store a cotton harvester. I don't know. I'm not sure what route I want to take or how we want to move on from there, but yeah, I'm not too sure. So one thing I do know for sure is we got a lot of work that we got to do, getting these fields prepped, ready, seeded, the whole 9 yards. Try and do a couple more contracts where I can, all before the rain comes. So I think at this point, guys, I'm going to let you guys go for a little bit, and I will catch up with you guys in a little while. Welcome back, everyone. Our canola price has finally stopped going up. The best price is currently at land handle, so we are going to go ahead and sell what little we have. It's not a ton, but it's going to be enough to give us a couple extra bucks, and you know, that's what matters at this point. Almost 10 grand, so yeah, I'd say it was definitely worth it. Now, one thing that we wanted to try out before, or I wanted to try out before, was these greenhouses right now. Currently, all we're doing with those is putting water in them. So I've gotten curious. What happens if we put manure in there as well? Are we going to get a much higher yield for the passive income? I don't know. I'm sure you guys probably know, or at least some of you guys out there know. I'm not big into doing these passive income things, so for me it's a mystery. I really don't know what the heck it is. So let's go ahead and drop our weight right there. I'm going to drop this off really quick, because for the manure we actually have to go ahead and scrape it up off the ground. So we will go ahead and see where this is at. Now I'm going to try... Oh, shoot. Dropping my bucket. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and get stuff from the cows first. And then depending on how much is there, I think there's maybe only 5,000 liters, so we may end up having to go over by the pigs and get that as well. But for starters, we'll go ahead and fill up what we have. Ooh, man, there does not look like there's much. Yeah, actually, you know what I need? I need to go ahead and grab that weight really quick. So give me just a second. I'll be back with that weight, and we will go from there. Alright, so I'm back with the weight, and that was the thing. I forgot this bucket on here does 2,000 liters, and that easily goes ahead and makes, yes, this very, very heavy in the front, which is the reason why we needed to have this weight on here. So we'll go ahead, we'll dump the manure into this trailer, which I didn't check. Hopefully it holds it. We'll see. And the thought process is whatever... Oh, good, it does go in there. Whatever we don't use, maybe we'll take to the sell point and actually sell the manure. Why not? I don't think we're going to use it for actually fertilizing the fields. It just is... It's worth so much. That is some very expensive manure. Oh man, so I can't bring myself to actually going ahead and just putting it on the field, just because it's worth so much to us in the current state that it's at. And I'll show you what I mean here. While that's dumping in, you come over here and the manure is $338 per 1,000 liters, which is pretty darn good. That's just a little bit not as good as silage, so it's pretty darn good. And slurry is only $59 per 1,000 liters. So I'm thinking what we'll probably end up doing, if we go ahead and do any green type of fertilizing, we'll probably go ahead and stick with the slurry. I think it's just going to end up being the best for us. Alright, so let's get this over here and we'll drive over by the pigs. Perfect. So I'm really liking where this is all headed. I think we're going down the right path. Our field 10 over there has been limed. I actually was in the process of cultivating that when I realized that, oh, let's go check canola prices. Well, canola prices were pretty darn good, so alright, let's go ahead and take care of that right now. Might as well. Sorry about that for just a second, guys. I had to take care of something really quick. So yeah, I was talking about liming. Yeah, so I had to go ahead and lime that field over there, and I actually put on field 10 roughly 8,000 liters of lime on just that small field. And, it's kind of surprising to me, just because it is so darn small that we go through that much. And I always forget that when it comes to precision farming, that first initial state, you're putting a lot on just to get it up to where it needs to go. And then when you go ahead and you're working with it, working on the fields, using it, the next stages, you just don't get that much. So it's one of those things that constantly gets me, and I just forget about. So Jesus, the first time I've had to get manure out of here, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not gonna lie, after I get done doing this Let's Play on Kleines Land, I can't see myself ever, for any reason whatsoever, using this pig stall, pig pen, whatever you want to call it. I just can't find myself using it again. It's just too much of a pain, but it's kind of broken, if you ask me. With the small trigger points, the small access. For granted, maybe it's better that way because it'll kind of make you think about a little bit more what you can and can't do to get in there. I don't know. Alright, 5,000 liters. We're probably going to end up picking up all of this stuff, to be honest with you. Alright. So, one of the conversations that we had today, I had streamed earlier in the day on Twitch, and one of the conversations we had earlier today, well, obviously, FS22 is on everybody's mind, and obviously that was brought up. What I was going to get at here is that we were talking and kind of discussing, what we would like to see, some of the features that are not necessarily talked about too much or haven't been brought up at all yet for FS22. One of the things that really kind of irks me or irks me or irritates me about I guess the whole farm sim brand is rain. What does rain do in the game here? I don't necessarily get it. Has anybody ever seen hail? Has anybody had crops damaged because of hail? In 19. Now, I don't know if that was a feature that was a part of the initial stages of the game and then was taken out because it was unpopular. I don't know. But other than that, what does rain really do in the game? Nothing. If you take a look at seasons menus, come on, get in here. There we go. If you take a look at seasons menu, it goes ahead and tells you the different crops. Get off there, piggy. What crops are drought resistant? Obviously, the frost resistant too, but the drought resistant is one of the things. Well, what happens if you have a drought in your seasons game? What happens? Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it. Not a darn thing you can do about it. When it comes to frost, you can plan plan everything out, but for drought, there's nothing you can do. Why is there no irrigation system that's part of the game? Why does water have absolutely no effect? You get too much rain, what happens to your crops in real life? Well, they die. What happens if you don't get enough rain? Well, your crops die. Usually, water has a pretty big impact on what happens in farming. I just throwing that out there kind of gets me going, because I don't get it. If Farm Sim isn't going to have water affect anything other than, well, you can't harvest right now because there's mythical hail that's supposedly falling, what's the point of even having it in the game? Sure, it adds to the realism of, yeah, it's raining because it rains in real life, but in all reality, my personal opinion, it doesn't do anything for the game. It makes absolutely no sense to have it in there. But that's something I'd like to see. I'd like to see water have some sort of effect on your farming, because let's face it, in real life, that's what reality is. Water is key for farming. There are very few crops that you can get away with not watering at all. But that's just me. I don't know. That's just something I've noticed, something I've seen, and doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense to me. With that being said, I'd like to see what you guys have to say about the whole water situation in farming, or farm sim, I should say. And with that being said, leave a comment down below what you have to say about that. Plus, also, what would you guys like to see in an FS game that has not been talked about yet? If you could, go ahead, leave a comment down below. Gotta close the shed for the pigs so they don't get out. Let me know what you think. Let me know what stuff you'd like to see in the next FS game, or even in an FS version that we don't know about yet. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll drive over there, and over to the greenhouse, I should say, and I will catch up. Ooh, my goodness. I think I'm going to have to put that weight on the front. I think I'm a little too squirrely, so I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit once I get over to the greenhouses. Alright guys, so we're just pulling up here, and let's see if I can get this right. I'm assuming I just get close to this thing and I should tip in. Okay. Do I have it on the right side? Yeah, it says to tip on the left. Do I have to get even closer than that? I do have it on the right implement, too. It is on the... Okay. Maybe I just wasn't close enough to it. That could very possibly be what was going on. Alright, so let's dump our... Go in reverse. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, I think we're going to go forward and come back around. Yeah, no reason to sit there and try. I'm just going to get my rear kicked anyways, so... Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you what, I am jazzed for 22 to come out, probably like a good chunk of you. One of the things that was brought up this week, and this will kind of give you a reference to where we're at, is methane vehicles were announced. You know, my honest opinion of those is... I don't care. I just want FS to come out. I could care less what a vehicle is being fired by at this point. Come on. I really don't care. I don't care about it. I just want... There we go. I just want the game to come out. Whether it's gas-powered, diesel-powered, methane-powered, electric, it does not matter to me. I just want the game to come out. It's not something that I really care too much about anymore. I'm tired of waiting. I just want the thing. Oh, man, I can't help it. Oh, boy, so we'll see how that goes. We will take this over to our manure sell points. I'm going to have to look at getting one of those sometime soon here. We'll have to... Yeah, we'll end up taking a look at that pretty quick. So let's get over here. Let's make a sell. And then I'll probably go back and finish up with everything that we've been working on. Get that going. Probably will end up bringing you guys back in. I don't know. It's getting kind of late in the day, so it's probably going to end up being tomorrow, I think. And if you guys remember, after we go ahead and harvest this field on this side here with the grass, I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of plowing and extend the field a little bit. So, okay, so we have to bring it up to this location right here. This one, if I remember correctly, is the cell. I don't know how close we need to get. Oh boy, we really need to get right up in there. Okay, well, let's back this thing up. There we go. Let's see how much we get for this manure that we're selling. Almost 6,000 liters. Alright, we got a little over 2,000. Well, alright, well, I guess that is what it is. Alright, guys, like I said, I will catch up with you guys in a little while. it's a good chance it's going to be tomorrow because it's getting pretty late in the day right now. Obviously, if something changes, we'll meet back and talk about it. But I think until that time, I think that's about it. Catch you later. Good morning, everyone. The sun is shining on this beautiful, beautiful day. Oh my goodness, I tell you what, it did rain last night and it was only for a little while and then it stopped and now we are sitting out here on my favorite bench. And looking at the sunrise. Oh my gosh, we did good yesterday. We did really, really good yesterday. So I figured, let's go ahead, sleep in an extra hour to 7 o'clock. How about that? Oh man. So how good of a day did we have yesterday? Boy. Good times. Good times. So our harvest income for yesterday was $125,537. Our contract income was $31,253, giving us a total income for yesterday of $156,790. Absolutely blew the previous total out of the water. Ooh, good times. Oh man, so we take that total, we add it on to our running total of about 156 or $560,000, and our brand spanking new total that we have for this gameplay series is $717,727. Booyah. Oh my gosh. I tell you what, that is super, super good. Oh, there we go. That's a good bench. Served us well so far. Serving us well. Oh my goodness. Now, with that being said, we do have cotton growing. Weeds did come in the middle of the night, and we went out and started harvesting, or not harvesting, started weeding. Let's check on the chickens. Oh my goodness, we got a couple boxes here. Okay, so that one's 150, that one's 150, so I think this, yep, that front one is not there yet. We'll take this, set it down over here, grab this one, set it down right there. We can check egg prices, but I'm going to go out on a limb and bet they're not ready yet. 10,452. Is that how much we actually have in there? Animals. No, that is not what we had in there. So I have no idea what that number means. Beats me. Oh man, so yeah, like I said, we went out and weeded this in the middle of the night. Looks like our grass field is ready to go. Now, one thing that ended up happening, cotton does not require a lot of fertilization at all. Nitrogen is actually telling me the nitrogen level is bad, and the reason for it being bad is I went out here and I started fertilizing. I thought that it needed a little bit more fertilizer on it, and what ended up happening was it was fertilizing and my map was turning green. If you remember how the precision ends up working, let's see if we can get to it. As precision ends up working, it goes from this scale where you start off on the red and you get down to here. Well, I accidentally turned the automatic setting off to get this to the right level, so it got really, really fertilized. This field right here is actually where the fertilization level is needed for this. I'm not sure what happened over here. This was one of my fields. I don't know if this got jacked up or what. I don't know. Beats me at all. But let's come over here. Actually, I want to come over and look at that for just a second, because this field over here was the field that I did the time lapse on. As you can see, I did fix some of this out here. I did not leave it the way it was, as you could probably tell. Get off my field. Shoo. As you can tell, I am not a professional by any means at this whatsoever. I could really use some seeding 101. That was bad. There was a point where over here I just started turning. Well, because of the way I had the camera angle and shadowing, I thought I was at the end of the field. I turned, and then I realized, nope, that wasn't right. Turned around, came back, and got ourselves going. But, you know, it brings up a very good point. It doesn't matter how many hours on this game that you have under your belt. It don't matter whether it's 5,000 or 5. Sometimes farming can be hard. Farming definitely is not as... Get out of here. Farming is definitely not as easy as it may seem at times. I'm not very good at this game, to be 100% honest with you guys. There are people out there that are way better than me. And frankly, there could be people out there that are they just know what they're doing way more than me. I try. That's about all I can do, and hopefully it pans out. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you know I did end up fixing this. I didn't leave it in that bad state, but yeah, I am not a professional at all. Oh man, I don't know about you guys, but when I watch some videos and whatnot, at times it almost gets a little irritating. And the reason for that is because when you see their finished product, whether it's before, or I should say, whether it's before editing or after editing or whatever you want to say, it seems just too perfect. Just way too perfect. And you know, I could have gone ahead and scrapped that time lapse and said, no, we'll just say we did it. But you know what? I wanted to show you guys that I'm not perfect at this. I'm not great at this. I just do the best that I can, and I'm caught on a fence. But I just wanted to show you guys that I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Bad things happen to me. And sometimes I can't even see the field in a straight line. Oh man, so actually, like I said, let's take a look at prices on how things are right now. All right, well, good. Manure prices are going down, so that's good that we sold it when we did. Um, let's see here. Come back on over. Eggs, they're back down around 500. So I think we'll wait again until it gets up around 8,000. I don't think that should take too long. Cotton prices are going down at the Webery, but oh well. I think we'll be okay. Maybe we'll see what prices are once we're ready to actually harvest this cotton. I'm not sure what it'll be like, but we'll probably wait and see. I may sit on it because this price, whatever this gets down to, is still going to be better than anything up here. We may end up sitting on it depending on what ends up happening, how much we actually get off all of these fields. And now taking a look at this stuff here, I think we still have, oh shoot, let me see here. I think we have it written down here. We still have a little bit of corn. We still have 13,000 liters of corn sitting over there. Or maybe we sold that. I don't know. But we still have corn. We probably will wait for that price to go up. Like I said before, or we seen before, we did sell our canola, so this is everything that's left over at the other side. Yeah, so I mean, I think we're doing pretty good with all of this stuff here. Let's take a look and see what's available for contracts. All right, yeah, we'll go ahead and accept that contract. That's still that one. Smash that new contract button. All right, good. We'll accept that one because I think that was corn harvesting, and we'll do a sunflower. Why not? And then that's still that sugar beet one, which I'm not doing. I am not doing that one at all. But there is one thing that I do want to go ahead and show you. Now, this is my little surprise secret thing that I wanted to let you guys know on. So you see this guy over here. Now, it's a little dirty, a little messy. Probably could use a little paint job on that. But our good friend Taz actually let me know that there was an update for this thing. And I thought to myself, well, that's kind of weird. But whatever, I went and looked at the update, downloaded it, put it back on there. So now if we were to go ahead and purchase this thing in the store, which we already have purchased it in the store, it is under Potato Technology. And we come on over here and look at what its new name is. For starters, it goes ahead and it picks up anything. But its name has changed to Lock Nutz Picker Upper Thing. Oh my gosh. You have nailed it yet again. I tell you what, if you want to head on down, pick up your own Lock Nutz Picker Upper Thing, you too can enjoy the pleasures of sugar beets off the ground. Oh man, I absolutely love that. That is awesome. And like I said, he also had changed everything on here. So now it doesn't just pick up sugar beets. It'll pick up absolutely everything that's available on the map that may or may not be on the ground. So super, super cool, appreciative, and I had to share that with you guys because that is awesome. That is a great, great update. Oh, man. So, all right, let's come on over here. Let's get this thing ready to go. And let's get this guy up, ready, rocking and rolling. Let's see, which contracts are which fields? 1 and 6. Oh, we're in we're in there again. So let's go ahead and get this thing all set up and ready to go. We'll get out here, we'll get ourselves a harvesting. Because our cotton is not quite ready just yet. But that's okay. That is just fine. Set this guy down. Now let's see if I can do this without smashing into the walls. That's possibly going to be a potential no-go. I have confidence that I will hit the walls. And because field... Ooh, shoot. Yeah, there we go. Nailed it. Since Field 1 is just up the road a hair here, we will just take and drive this up there without there being any issues whatsoever. We will stop here and repair really quick just to make sure we get it. Alright. That's in good condition. That does need to be repaired. Perfect. And let's head on out. Oh yes, there was one thing that I wanted to mention. So if you remember yesterday in game, we ended up adding manure to our greenhouses. Now that was much later on in the day. I think it was around somewhere between 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. somewhere in there. Honestly, I don't remember what the time is. I'd have to go back and take a look at it. But just within that period of time, we ended up earning an extra $1,000 from that point on to the rest of the day. Now, what that makes me think is that by putting just water into the greenhouses, you get X amount of dollars, whatever that is. By just putting manure in, you get that same X amount of dollars. But when you put both of them in, you get double the amount of what you would if you were just to get one. Now, that's just what I'm guessing from what I'm seeing. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm guessing. I think that might be what it is. Now, are we going to keep doing manure? Probably. You know, honestly, I think probably. We have manure. We have animals that produce manure. We might as well go ahead and put it to good use, either by putting it into the greenhouse or selling it, one or the other. I think probably putting it in the greenhouse, we might get a little bit more out of it versus selling it, because I don't remember how much we had. We had like 5,000 liters or something like that, 8,000 liters. We only got $2,000. I think I'd probably rather just go ahead and use it for the greenhouses. That's just my own personal feel. Maybe we'll sell it. I don't know. Depends if there's a great demand. That might make more sense. And, actually, let's stop here for just 1 second. We'll leave that running. 24 pigs. That means we are 2 hours away from having, or I should say, getting the opportunity to sell some more pigs. And we're racking up some slurry again in there. Cows, as you remember last time, I could not get the slurry out. Maybe we'll work on that, see if we can get that out for next time. Because I think one thing that we may end up doing here is we may end up investing in getting some slurry spreaders, maybe? I don't know. Maybe we might give it a shot. Now, obviously, when it comes to fertilizing the world, we're not going to use that. We're probably going to end up continuing to use what we have. But the other side of that is also thinking about getting rid of our weeder. Getting rid of our weeder and replacing it with a sprayer so we can do that preemptive spraying, where you go ahead, you seed your field, and then right afterwards you go ahead and spray with herbicide. And you don't have to worry about the weeds popping up. They won't come. That's just a thought. That's just a thought. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But until we get to that point, I'd like to say thank you to everybody who's been sitting around here with me, supporting me, watching, smashing that like button. I do appreciate it. I'd like to say thanks to everyone who's gone ahead and given me a subscription, who's turned on that notification bell to all the time. I appreciate it. That's awfully, awfully kind of everyone. I want to say thanks to everyone who shared a video of this to their friends, family, even their enemies, whoever. Maybe they want to punish somebody, I don't know. Maybe they want to reward them. That beats me. Anyways, guys, I want to say thanks to all of you. And thanks for stopping by.